Welcome back to this episode of the Longarm Quilting Business Show. I'm Lindell from the Quilt Room in Melbourne, Australia, and today I'm going to talk about a topic that many longarm quilters face, especially when starting out: overcommitting to custom projects. Custom quilting can be exciting and rewarding, but if you're not careful, it can also lead to burnout, delays, and possibly unhappy clients. Let's talk about why overcommitting happens, why it's a problem, and how to manage custom projects more effectively. Custom quilting is like the bright, shiny object of longarm work. It's creative, it's challenging, and it pays significantly more than edge-to-edge quilting. When a client asks for a custom quilt, it feels like they're recognizing your artistic talents and trusting you with their precious quilt. It's a great feeling. They also attract much more engagement on social media than edge-to-edge quilts, so they are a great way to get noticed for your work if you're just starting out. But here's the thing: custom projects take significantly more time, effort, mental energy, and strain on your body. What starts as an exciting opportunity can quickly become overwhelming if you overcommit. Overcommitting to custom projects can create several challenges for your business. Number one is time management issues. Custom quilting nearly always takes longer than you think. Overcommitting to customs can leave you falling behind on your edge-to-edge quilting projects. You will find that a lot of ladies that take on an enormous amount of custom work also have a second longarm quilting machine that is running their edge-to-edges while they're completing their customs. So if you can afford two machines and you have the space for it, go for it. It's a fantastic option. Unfortunately, I certainly don't, and when I have a custom quilt on my frame, it can be there for sometimes up to a week. Number two is the physical strain. Let's not forget the toll custom quilting takes on your body. Spending hours at your machine, bending over and quilting detailed work, or maintaining repetitive motions can lead to aches, pains, and even long-term issues like back, shoulder, or wrist pain. It's crucial to pace yourself and listen to your body's limits. And number three is the opportunity costs. Focusing too much on custom work might mean missing out on bread and butter edge-to-edge quilting, which can be more predictable and scalable. So the solution isn't to avoid custom projects altogether. It's about being smart with how you handle them. Here are some tips to stay in control. The first tip is to limit the number of custom slots. Decide how many custom projects you can realistically take on each month and stick to it. This ensures you have enough time for each one without sacrificing other work. This might be 2 a month, 1 a week, depending on what you feel you can get done. Be honest about timelines. Custom quilting takes time. The machine can be tied up for days. So be upfront with clients about how long their projects will take and don't promise quicker turnarounds just to secure the job, unless you're willing to work nights and weekends. And trust me, I've been there and I don't recommend it. The third thing is to charge appropriately, and you'll hear me go on about this often. Custom work is premium work, and your pricing should reflect that. Factor in the extra time, the effort it takes, and the toll on your body. Don't undervalue yourself. You'll probably hear me say this a lot on this podcast. Your business is not there to support someone else's hobby. I'm going to say that again. Your business is not there to support someone else's hobby. You are running a business, and your mindset has to be as that of a business owner. And the fourth thing is to start with a clear plan. Using the client intake form or a consultation to get every detail up front. Confirm designs, timelines, and pricing before you start so there are no surprises. I find it's better to give a general quote rather than a specific price, and that does leave you a little wiggle room at the end in case something goes wrong with the project. Here's my experience with custom projects. When I first started quilting, I was so chuffed every time someone asked for a custom quilt. I said yes to everything, no matter how time-consuming the project was. I also had a tendency to over-quilt everything. It's really important to learn how to do some more simple designs when it comes to custom quilting, and this is actually still something I struggle with. It didn't take long for reality to set in though. I was working late nights, weekends, stressing over every little imperfect circle, unpicking and falling behind on other projects. It was a hard lesson, and even today it's still something I'm working on. But I'm much better now at setting boundaries, limiting how many custom projects I take on, and most importantly, pricing them appropriately. The other thing I'd like to say at this point is try to resist the temptation to unpick every little thing you view as a mistake. Once you have a few custom quilts under your belt, you'll realise that stitching you may view as not quite perfect is not in the least bit noticeable in the context of the whole quilt. It's really hard when we're up so close when we're working on a custom project, and you tend to see every tiny little imperfection. Custom quilting can be a valuable part of your business, but it's not worth sacrificing your sanity or your reputation for. Set limits, be honest about what you can handle, and make sure you're charging enough to make it worth your time. A couple of final thoughts. Someone said to me very early on, if you are not feeling slightly sick to your stomach when you quote someone for a custom quilt, you are not charging enough. Secondly, you have to take care of your body. I'm feeling the aches and pains more and more as I'm getting older, and my chiropractor is making more and more money from me. So make sure you look after your body, take regular breaks, and stretch often. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Longarm Quilting Business Show. Please subscribe to the show to be notified about new episodes, and if you like what you hear, I'd love for you to leave a rating or a review. It helps others to find me. If you leave a review, I'll be sure to give your business a shout out on the show. Here's to quilting smart and living well.